welcome to this Saturday morning, at least it is for me. Maybe if I pull the microphone over, at least it's a Saturday morning here for me, productivity live stream. I am going to be weaving in on this massive blanket. Looks great that side, not so much. So we're just going to have some tunes playing in the background. I can see your comments, so if you want to jump in and say hi, please do. Otherwise, we're just going to be working away at our own pace, getting whatever it is done, just done. Okay, so I'm going to be working on a crochet blanket, but you could be working on an assignment, you could be sending an email, you could be working on some crochet or knitting, but this is just some time that we've just set aside in the day just to get stuff done. Okay, so obviously, I'd like to know if you can hear and you can see and all that kind of stuff. And I'm really excited to see that there's people here that don't usually get to make it to the Friday live stream. So we've got Tracy S is here, Emma Langdon is here, our new channel subscriber. Or actually, Susanna, did you subscribe? I don't know, but you found us Thursday, so it's good to see you back again today. Knitspin Girl says, looking forward to the bonus live stream. Kathy's working on a cable blanket and millstone stitch blanket. Oh my goodness. Good morning, Leanne. How are you? Kerry Randall is here. It's so good to see you, Kerry. It's been a long time. So I'm gonna drop us into the into my where I've got to get my stitches done. So feel free to chat, but also feel free not to chat if you don't want. But definitely jump in, hit subscribe. So you don't miss any of these, upcoming things. If we like this, we may do it again. How does that sound? Another Saturday live stream sometime. I know not everybody can make it to the midweek live stream due to commitments and work and all that sort of stuff. But, let's just get some stuff done. Susanna says she has subscribed. Excellent. Oh, spinning wheel of doom. Oh my goodness. Okay. I don't know why it's doing that. Honestly, I've got really good internet connection. I checked it. Okay, we'll see how long it goes for. It might just be a short amount of time. Oh, dear. Oh, thank you, Susanna. This is a blanket that I started in 2016 that went into the naughty corner. It's supposed to have 28 of these 45 centimeter motifs and about 56 little triangles. So it went into the naughty corner. And so, yeah, it was definitely, it was there for a long time. And now I am finally digging it out, and I have rejigged it to make it something I would finish, honestly. Melia Crocheting says, love the weekend live. That's awesome, Melia. I'm so glad you could make it. Kerry Randall seaming up a baby booty. That is awesome. Because that's what the goal of this stream is. It's a productivity stream. It's just so we can all just get some stuff done. Now, Leanne made an excellent point. I haven't mentioned what this project is, and these scissors are terrible. They might have to go to the bin later. Okay, so this is the stars and flowers. Oh, hello. I thought I'd finished seaming all this up, but seems I haven't. Looks like I still need to seam that one last little piece there. Anyway, this is the stars and flowers. I'll see if I can zoom out just a little. There we go. So it's basically, these are all 45 centimeter motifs. I've got a pile of them in all different colors. And rather than do the actual, how the designer wanted it done. Really, let's just be honest. I'm not doing what the designer recommended, which was, you know, on the edge of each one of these little guys. Hang on, there we go. Was like a triangle on each side to make it into a star, so it's stars and flowers. But that meant there were 56 triangles in 3 color. And that was a hard no from me, turns out. But 2016 me made a grave error of judgment and didn't weave in a single end as she went along. So now I've got to do it all. We've got, I don't know, 20 odd of these hexies to do, all with 10 ends each at least, as long as I didn't have to join any yarn, plus all the ends for the joining, which is not a ton of those, but there's enough of them that it's annoying. And this will be machine washable, so I want to make sure these ends can survive a run through the washing machine. So this poor blanket's been through a lot. It just sat in a cardboard box, so it's had there's snowy hair on it, which was my old dog. So yeah, let's have a look here. Kelly's in the house. Hello Kelly, welcome to the chat. Working on a knit kimono, hoping to finish the sleeves. Well, I hope you get to finish the sleeves too. So, now this song's a bit rockier than I anticipated. I hope that's okay. It'll only go for a couple of minutes and then we'll move on to something else. Gamer Widows is in the house. Hello Gamer Widows, how are you going? Gamer Widows may have talked me into purchasing some goodies last night. Not goodies. Not amazing gorgeous things that I really, wanted, but just, when you're like, oh no, I won't get that. I'll be good. I won't get it. And then you're like, you know what? I'm not going to be good. I'm just going to buy the thing. I'm just going to buy the thing because I'll regret it otherwise. Does anybody else do that? Go, oh, I'm not going to buy that thing. And then down the track, you're like, I really should have bought the thing. Now it's like $1 million more. Emma Langdon's working on a crochet dragon. That sounds amazing. Oh, Leanne has got the Stars and Flowers pattern over in the chat if you want to go and check out how the designer actually wanted you to make it versus what I'm doing. So yeah. Susanna's the second blanket I made was circles in squares and I did the joins and they were too thick like ridges, so I'm frogging the joins in black. Oh no. And you really sewed in the ends good and proper. Oh my gosh. Do you know what? I do have ridges here on mine as well. Like you can't, like there's definite ridges there, but you know what? They're staying. They're a feature, man. I tested a couple of different ways and I'm like, you know what? I don't mind the ridge denoting the individual motifs. I was okay with it. Florida Manufactured Home Living. How are you going? It is, we're testing, we're testing stuff. And I had to get this thing done. And I figured other people have probably got to get things done. So why not let us all do the things together and just have a productivity stream where we all just get our work done. Have some tunes going in the background. So I've got headphones on so I can hear the tunes too. And just, do some stuff so that, you're not necessarily by yourself while you do the stuff, but you're kind of by yourself so you can actually get the stuff done. Our music today is made by Creator Mix, made by creators for creators, so it is 100% safe for me to use in my live stream and not get copyright dinged. Gotta love that. We're going to have a serious pile of ends when we're done. I should make a little stack so we can see them all. Okay, more purple. Sitting in the hospital. I hope you're okay, Russell. I wanted the ridges, but my squares are smaller. It's a lapghan size. Yeah, this is actually quite large. This is just short of a queen, like an Australian single bed size. I think it's 190 centimeters by 150 centimeters, and an Australian single bed blanket is 210 by 140. So it's a little wider than a single bed, but it's a little shorter also. I'm actually tossing up whether or not to be able to tossing up whether or not to add a little border on the top and bottom just to bring it out to single length. Kathy Breyer, someone's hacked her email. Oh my goodness, you go deal with that, honey. That sounds frustrating. We've nearly got the first of 20 motifs done. I'm weaving all these ends into the back side of my pattern. So if it's a little jiggy, it's fine. No one's going to see it. Also, it's mine. So, you know, as long as they sit nice and flat, you can't see it on the other side at all. So, you know, I'm good. Just realised that when I changed all that stuff around before, there we go. I'll move into the, I need to zoom it back in. No, zoom in. There you go. That's, I don't understand why that's quite so bright. Let's have a look here. I tried to open the software. There it is. See if we can't dull down the hands a little. Oh, the auto exposure's on. No, we do want the auto exposure. I do not know why it's so glary. I didn't do anything to it, I don't think. Let's have a look. Doug's in the house and he just became a member. Thanks, Doug. Champion. Oh, you're keeping your wife company. Okay, well, wish you my best as well, Russell. Doug just became a member. Thank you, Doug. I'm not sure, Kathy. That's kind of weird that you can receive them but not send them. It's very odd. I don't understand why that's happening. I think it might be just the contrast on the different colours. Doug's testing all of the things. Awesome. Go hard, Doug. happened here? Looks like I tried to crochet over something. Maybe I unintentionally crocheted over something. Where do you go? Anyway, you're not dangling out anywhere on this side. So we'll just weave you in. Definitely glad I made the effort to go and dig out my glasses today. Do you guys have a favourite weaving in needle? I'm a big fan of these orange chibis. They're a bent needle. See how they've got a bent tip on them? Just makes it a bit easier, for me anyway. And you can pop worsted weight yarn through no problems. Okay, all the purple's done. Now I've got the 2 blacks. Chibis are best for Kerry as well. I mean, you've written chilies, but I'm assuming you meant chibis. Yeah, I think I've got, orange chibis. With the clover chibis, there's a few different colours for different things. Some of them are bent, some of them aren't bent. But they're all in these little tubes. I think there's blue for jumbo, orange, there's green, which are straight ones. There's purple, which are really fine ones for like lace weight yarn. So you could probably find a chibi for pretty well anybody. I just remembered I was going to tweet out the stream, but then forgot. So I'm just going to do that now. I can find my keyboard under all this stuff. I can't type apparently, can't spell any words. Productivity requires P at the start, Chantel. There we go. Alright, done. Did the thing. Close that. Go there, shut that, because we don't want dings and stuff happening. Alrighty, so on to the next of the black ends here. Good morning, good morning. Perfect for stitching and weaving. Leanne says I swap depending on the yarn I'm using in the project. I do fine straight needles, chibis, not with the bent tip though. Yep. Okay. Sally's up. Sally made it. Good job. I've got coffee. Okay, let's get in here. definitely like to go backwards and forwards a little when I'm weaving in, just so that you can't just pull straight out. Because as I said, this is going to be a machine washed blanket, so we need it to survive the machine. There's an end there. We'll grab that on our way over to the green. I'd say this is the end of a join. Push that through so I can work on the back. Okay. Coffee here for everybody. Mocha for Sally. What I did was I warmed up some cold brew and popped it into my Yeti mug. So I had some cold brew in the fridge, and I realized the other day I actually really like it when you heat up the cold brew and drink that as well. Which sounds bizarre. It's like, isn't cold brew supposed to be served cold? I don't know the answer to that, but I quite like it warmed up. It's got like a less bitter taste to it. Alrighty, let's get the greens happening. I'm perplexed by how over brightened this is. I've never really had to change that setting before. Have some of my Yeti coffee actually while I'm here. You guys know how I feel about my Yeti. Those of you that have been around here, you've got a fair idea I'm a bit obsessed. So good. It was very cold this morning when I woke up. It was very hard to get moving. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize I actually slept in on Saturdays. I know I definitely do Sundays, but I set an alarm to wake up to make sure I was awake at the time I wanted to be awake, which is still a sleep in, just not, you know, like the difference between a sleep in till sleeping till you wake up. Like, it's definitely a sleep in, but I probably could have done with another hour. Maybe I should have gone to bed earlier. No one to blame but myself. Deb had a nice sleep in as well. Awesome, Deb. Nothing wrong with a sleep in. Unless you're supposed to be somewhere. Okay. I'm getting some error messages and I can't make any changes while I'm actually live. So sorry YouTube. 1 minute it's like your bit rate's too high, and then you get a message going your bit rate's too low. It's like, okay dude, calm down. So I think our internet here is playing up. I nearly went mobile data, which I've done for a few streams. I'm regretting the decision. And right now, because we are using eCam, we can't just warn everybody, pause and change that stuff, because this runs from the computer rather than from the cloud. It's one of the downsides. Oh yeah, good point, Leanne. If you want to show us what you're being productive of, over in the Fiberific Fun Zone, there is a thread for us for today. It's got the thumbnail for today's live stream on it. So if you want to go over there and throw in some photos and any links to, if you're working on craft, any links to the craft that you're working on, that would be awesome. So we can all continue to share. Abby's cat's trying to get in here. She's meowing at the door. It's kind of funny. She can't come in. Terrorist. Susanna says, this is totally not my music, but because it's quite low in volume, I'm quite liking it. It's really like, especially these sorts of lower fi songs or lo-fi songs, I'm actually becoming, like, I'm finding they work really well, nice and low in the background when I'm trying to get stuff done. They just help me get into like a rhythm. You can always, so create a mix. There's a link in the description. You can play it whenever you want. They've got playlists on YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple Music. Or you can chill with us and listen here while we work on these projects. So what I might do is, this camera angle's bugging me, so I'm actually going to physically move the camera. So sorry if that was a bit shaky. I think I know what the problem is. One of the lights isn't on. Why are you not on the light? You're plugged in. Where's my phone? Got light. Let's see what happens when we turn it on. Oh, that's better. Shows the colors better. That's amazing. So sometimes webcams, and that's what this camera here is, this one just right here, that's a webcam. When they're in a bit of a lower light situation, they try to be too clever and adjust things for themselves. And you know, it doesn't always work out the best. That brightness is still off. There we go. We'll just put it back to there. There we go. And they don't always do a good job. There was a few things about 2016 me. I was not as careful with the stitch counts as I am now. And some of the some of the motifs had 1 or 2 more stitches than the others, even though the pattern very clearly states how many stitches. So I had to do some jiggery pokery to get it going. So Kelly's enjoying the music. That's awesome. This is Nitpicks Brava Worsted. Oh, come on. You can do it, right? Nitpicks Brava Worsted. Is it trying to autofocus? It should not be trying to autofocus. Autofocus should be off. Let me look here. I can't tell you what's going on with this light. I'm not going to play with it. But it's the Nitpicks Brava Worsted. It's very good. It's really super soft and squishy. Really inexpensive. Grab it on sale. Nitpicks are actually having a sale at the moment. In our list mods, there should be a link for Nitpicks in there. If you use my Nitpicks link, if we can dig it out and find it for you, then I'll get a little commission at no extra cost for you. Otherwise, if you go to the Fibrific website and check out the Fibrific Recommends page, there's direct links in there as well. I'm like, oh, I can't, it's awkward getting my hand around. It's going to be like way more awkward further down the blanket. I should just get used to the fact that I'm not going to be able to do my hand behind the stitches very often. I really like this song. There's something about it that just, I don't know. Thank you, Sally, for getting that link in. The camera can't cope because it's not eye-searing pink. Yeah, I think that's exactly what's going on. We're so used to working. I wonder if it's, let me just check. It's like, oh, it works with the pink now. No. Although it's coping better with the labels. The eye-searing pink is just destroying the webcam. The flamingo from Maker Yarn. It's such a good pink. Tell you one thing, it picks up all the dog hair really easily. It's like, oh yeah, it's blowing out the skin tones, but here's some dog hair. Once this is all woven in and secure, I'm going to pop it into the washing machine and dryer, and hopefully that will pull any of the excess dust. Like, it's very dusty. I have to make sure I'm taking extra antihistamines because it's just been sitting in storage for 11 million years. Just in a cardboard box, even, not even a crate. Okay. Next, I just feel like we went through that one quite quick. Have I missed something? Nothing that's on this side. Anything that's... There's some black ends. We'll double check the black ends at the end. We'll get this one. It's dangling over now. Kelly, if you go into... So are you talking about that last song? I'm just checking my playlist here, see where we're up to on it. I can't see. I think it was Black Hole. The music is available on YouTube Music, Spotify, Spotify, Apple, basically anywhere you go to like music. But they've got like, you can choose between different genres. So you've got like their chill music, their sort of more rock music, their trance music, stuff like that. So you can go in and really sort of narrow down the music. I listen to a lot of their mellow sort of tracks while I'm doing stuff. But today I thought I'd drop in some of their... I dropped in a bit of everything actually into the playlist. I actually don't know if our playlist is long enough to get us through the whole 2 hours without... or however long. My brain keeps saying 2 hours because that's how long I usually live stream for, but we'll go for, however long we need to. But yeah, just, you can check out, there's links in the description that'll take you to their website, and that should link you off to all the different apps if I've missed some. But I listen to it through Spotify or YouTube Music usually. I made myself a couple of Spotify playlists that are like stream safe music. Hey, it's May Sky. Welcome to the chat. You use Creator Mix as well? Yeah, look, I love it. I've realized I listen to it a lot. Like, even just when I'm just working, I just have it on in the background. So for me, this is just like having one of my normal playlists playing. But I love that it's made by creators for creators. So like the people creating the music understand the problems that we're having finding source music for our live streams and our videos. I really do. Let's see, I've got a pair of scissors over here. They're really doing my head in. I think about the only place that they're not able to use this for streaming is Facebook, and that's just because how Facebook deals with music is if you've got music playing, they just shut your stream down even if your music's okay. But yeah, there's a lot of intricacies for streaming music. Shannon, thank you. It's the Stars and Stripes. Leanne popped a link in earlier in the chat for the Ravelry blanket. So this is the back, obviously, but you know, I've got about 20 odd of these giant motifs, all in different color palettes. So, I mean, they're not all different. There's like, you know, 4 of each or 3 of each one. And I have not put mine together according to the instructions of the designer, because she also wanted 11 billion triangles in 3 colors. And I'm just like, that's a no. That's a legit no. That's too much for me. Or at least it was too much for 2016 me. Apparently weaving in ends was too much for 2016 me. I'm very disappointed in 2016 me. I say that because that's when this was all done. Basically this week I have pulled it out of the cardboard box that it was sitting in, which, you know, kind of ashamed to admit that. But anyway, checked what I had, because I just had all the motifs and pieces. Worked out a way to shape it together without having to add a million triangles. Made an extra few motifs just to fill in, to make it a bit bigger. Joined them all, and now we're weaving in all the ends. And then I should be able to move all the leftover yarn into a crate and ditch a cardboard box out of my living area. We've recently had to shut our storage unit because the rent went crazy on it, and we have a lot of stuff just sitting around at the moment. So if I can move some of my things, it'll feel a little less overwhelming. That's my plan anyway. Just make it a little less overwhelming. Oh, they're better. They actually cut the first time. Good job, scissors. What do you guys do with scissors that aren't sharp enough? Personally, they're going in the bin later. I mean, I buy really cheap. I actually hit up the back to school sales and buy like a pile of the little kid scissors. So, I mean, I am getting what I pay for. In saying that, that pair's probably about 10 years old, the pair that's going to go. So I think I've got my value, my dollar value out of those ones. I buy good sewing scissors and stuff, but project bag scissors, I just buy cheap ones. Do they cut the yarn? Yes, then that's good enough. How's everybody going on what they're working on? Are you getting some stuff done? Oh, I grabbed oh no, they're the right ones. Maybe I spoke too soon. That's another very old pair. Sally goes and gets some alfoil and cuts it up. Does that resharpen the scissors properly? I'm going to try it. If I can revamp my dollar scissors, then I'll give that a whirl. Just making sure that didn't show through on the back side. Not now. I found the live. I was editing a video and now I'm stuck here. Oh my gosh. Okay. Sorry. Oh, you keep getting distracted. I'm so sorry. It's alright, SMA Sky. This is a productivity stream. It doesn't have to be craft related. Just getting something done. Just something, anything that you need to get done. If you're folding, washing, doing an assignment, whatever. But you fixed your laptop. I used to run my telescope during my live streams. I had to replace the power socket. Well, I'm glad you got that sorted. SMA Sky live stream stargazing. That's probably the easiest way to describe that, SMA Sky? We know each other from some other streams. Kelly says, I bought a scissors sharpening tool at craft show years ago. I haven't had to use it yet. Infected Area bought Lisby a little pendant cutter to attach to her project bag so she doesn't have to carry scissors. Ah, nice. I know the little pendants, the little clover pendants. Is that what it is? Don't know if that would really do this one. Susanna says a good distraction. Feeling relaxed. Awesome. If you can't be productive, you've got to be able to chill and just enjoy the chill. Because sometimes we just need the chill. Definitely. Now, let's have a look here. There's a wine-coloured one over there that needs doing. My mum does a lot of stuff with yarn, including at one time spinning fibres to make her own. I tried knitting and crocheting long ago, but could never get more than a row, maybe two. I spin as well. I've got my spinning wheel just over there. And I've got spindles in my little shelf behind us and lots of different things. We love yarn here. Lots of people here spin, knit, weave, crochet, dye. We're multi-craftual here. And a lot of us are also tech heads where we enjoy technology, and so we have our non-tech craft and then utilize tech like Hello Ravelry, utilizing awesome websites and live streaming. Like, yeah. Then it'd be too tight, take it off the needles and then correct. Nice. Knitspin Girl's nearly had a colour change in her yarn cake shawl, then need to make myself wash the dishes. Yes. I'm kind of hoping that Dish Fairy comes while I'm sitting in here live streaming and loads the dishwasher. I'm hopeful, but not, what's the word? I'd really like it to happen. I didn't cook dinner last night because it wasn't my night to cook. We do take turns sometimes in this household, which is great. But unfortunately, not everybody tidies as they go when they cook. And my kitchen has seen better days. I can hear the coffee machine going out there. Yeah, nail clippers I think could possibly work. They've got to be pretty sharp though, because you don't want to just get trim some of the fibers. You need to cut them all. Tin Can Knits has just launched an app for her patterns, downloading it this morning. She's got a lot of amazing patterns. Not confident but hopeful. That's it. That's the thank you, Sally. That's where my brain was trying to go. That's it. That's absolutely it. Just having a double check that none of the... I do try to make sure that all my ends are poking through the side that I want them on, except for the black ends here from the borders and the edges and the join. But most of the colours should be on this one side, but always worth having a check. Sometimes they slip through. Little stinkers. I have to say, it's kind of reassuring that the camera is not doing great with the black either, because neither did my eyes. just get over here. I feel weird, like I'm like right in the middle of my table, but the camera's not showing that, so I'm gonna do an adjustment. Oh, this one comes up in your playlist as well, SMA Sky. That's awesome. I ran the dishwasher earlier, probably could unload it, but it's almost 9 p.m. and I'm in bed. Yeah, you know what, that's a tomorrow problem. That's a tomorrow problem. What time is it here? It's nearly 11 here in the morning. Saturday morning, 11 a.m. Really? We've been streaming for an hour already, and I'm only on to the fourth motive. Fourth? Yes, fourth motive. Oh my gosh. 20 to go. If you want to see what the blanket looks like laid out, they're rough photos because it's obviously not finished yet. But I've got some over on Instagram, so you can check out the Fiberific Instagram account and you can see how it's all laid out on the floor. I love this blanket design, by the way. I was excited when I saw it in your Insta. Thank you. That's what reminded me to say the photos are on Insta. I will say I did enjoy making the extra motifs. I don't remember if I enjoyed it or not back in 2016 when I first started this project. But I do, this week I sat down and made a few extra of the motifs and I definitely enjoyed working on those. It's just not your stock standard shaping, which I really liked. That's a hexagon, which I'm a bit partial to. But also it's got the interesting, like with the bobbles that go across multiple rows, and I'll flip it over in just 1 second for you to have a look at. Like it was fun and interesting to make. So like, you know, having these elongated bobbles across the colors. Oh, just stabbed my own self with the needle, and it just looks amazing in all the different colors. Like, I'm really happy with it, I'll be honest. Now, I'm just going to quickly okay, whatever I just did, I think I've angled the camera away from light blaring directly on it. I don't know how, but the colors are working mostly better now. So weird. Well, go us. And I'm just going to pull that in the middle more. I'm happier now. It must have just been at an angle where one of the face lights was just hitting it just a little. I've been moving all my desk setup around this week, so, you know, stuff happens. I need some more coffee. I'm going to sit back and look, Leanne, I don't know if I do like the half hexy. Actually, have I got it handy? I do. Hang on, I'm just going to grab it. Okay, so I designed a half hex version, but it doesn't quite, I'm not happy with it, is basically what it boils down to. So it's supposed to sit there, which is fine there, and it's fine there, and it's fine on the corners. Like it sits in all the spots. Actually, it does. It pulls it all out. Maybe this will work. Because basically, let me just... That's attached. I don't know if you can see because of all the yarn that's here. But there are gaps. There's a gap here. Okay? So what I was going to do is fill those gaps with a half hexie. But the designer didn't create a half hexie. Actually, you know what? When you pull it out, it straightens it up. Because that was my issue. I didn't like, see how it curves in? Because I've got to work on this circle. I didn't like that. And if I put a border around the outside of it, it'll pull it more. Maybe that'll work. Anyway, I designed a half hexie to go with the pattern. Not 100% sold on it. Let's just go with that. Not 100% sold. But I don't have to decide that until the end. I think I've got enough yarn colours to make up a mixed batch of the hexies. So I don't think the yarn's going to be an issue. Or worst case scenario, I could just make them in black. Got plenty of black yarn left over. Got about 10 balls. And I think I only need 8. I think that's right. 8 or... I think it's 4 for each side that I need. Because the top is undulates but doesn't have the same, like such a big gap, if that makes any sense. Hey Holly, welcome to the chat. Oh yeah, Knitspin Girl says if I add a border all the way around it, it'll be fine. Yeah, like as in use those half hexies and the border will pull out the bit that's sort of pulling in a little. I think also, you know, I could, that was just the test one, so I could possibly look at what's pulling it in, which is that middle section, and maybe just crochet it a little looser, just so it's easier for it to pull in. For those just joining us, we are having a productivity stream, so this is just where we're all just chilling, working on our stuff. I try to answer comments, but I'm weaving in ends, so I've got to watch what I'm doing. And it doesn't matter what you're working on, it doesn't have to be craft. It could be folding, washing, doing an assignment, whatever. So the trick with weaving in ends is to pull it, make it sort of as snug as possible without it actually distorting your stitches. But I do like to go backwards and forwards and up and down and all over the place so that it's harder for it to come undone. And I like to weave around a lot so that if it does come undone, I've got plenty of yarn to re-up a needle and get back in and reweave it all back in. If you make it too short and just go through a stitch or two, you don't have that option. So I leave really long tails so that I've got plenty to work with. When I first started crochet, sewing in ends worried me heaps. I was worried things would fall apart. It seems such an easy process to finish off. Yeah, look, and sometimes best laid plans of mice and men. Sometimes you think you've done everything you need to do, trim it all off, and then realize you've done something dumb. Like, I was weaving the ends in of a pair of my rainbow socks, and I thought I'd woven in the ends on both socks and trimmed both socks, only to find that one of the socks I hadn't woven in the ends, and I have one rainbow sock that kind of fell apart in my hands because I had not woven in any of the color changes and trimmed them really short. It was a bit devastating, to be honest. And it was, you just kick yourself, you're like, I should have known better, I should have checked. But what's done is done. And once you've trimmed that yarn, if there's no length, you've got nothing to weave in with. So that's probably one of the reasons why I'm so like backwards and forwards and double checking everything. And yeah, Lisby's in the house. Hello. Finished all the boring paperwork I needed to do. Now onto my card knitting. It's card knitting. It's probably going to be something I know exactly what it is, but I'm like, what? My brain's just not there. I don't know what card knitting is. Oh, cardigan. I know what a cardigan is. It would seem that your computer did not let you finish the word. Okay, so I'm actually really looking forward to washing this up and see how it comes up, getting the dust and the hair off it. This was made back in the day when Snowy was here, and poor Snowy's passed away now, but she was a mini Foxy Cross Chihuahua who shed on everything. Tell you what, working under these lights on the black is nice. I think I might have to make this where I work when I'm doing anything black on black. One hour in and 3 booties done. On to the 4th. That is awesome work, Kerry. Well done. Well done. There's a cat fight happening on the door. I'd say Tibbles wants to come into his newfound favourite corner box that he's liking in my craft room. And Macy is letting him know that she too would like to come in. And they're banging on the door. It's kind of funny, kind of not funny. Now, because I do want to do a border here, I want to be a little bit cautious about working over the outside of any of these stitches, because I want to leave all the open stitches so that I can work into them. I haven't decided if I'm going to do a border or not yet, but I want to leave the option on the table and not realize that I've made it so that I can't. Yeah, my ends are not coming out. Bit of overkill for something that will not get much wear, but could be passed on to another. Absolutely. You don't want it to be something that you could have easily solved that shortens the life of what you're making. Alright, there you go. See, look, because like the pattern was like leave big long tails, there's all these tails everywhere. So I'll just get rid of a couple off the edge. I will go back and double check all the front tails, but these ones are flipping over the edge and they bug me. Oh, here comes Mr. Tibbles. Apparently he has to come via the desk to get to his favourite spot, so he may jump up. Well, even though I made him a nice comfy bed behind me, thanks Tibbles. I don't think you guys saw him. He snuck along the edge of the camera over here. Those ones done. Alright, we are on to the next row. So we've done 4 motifs out of a gazillion. Okay, next row starts here. Hey Tracy, how you going? Hey, if you are here in watching and you're enjoying this productivity stream, give it a thumbs up. I'll need to make a decision as to whether or not we do more of these, and the thumbs up will help me, be one of the factors in helping me decide if it's something that you guys want, like a weekend stream. Oops, I don't want that there, I want it there. There we go. It's my in-person knit group today, but I usually do a bit of a project before I repack the project for 2 hours of social crafting. Nice. I like that term, social crafting. Hopefully the easier project or the easiest part. Yeah, it's bizarre, like how I really have to take projects that I don't have to concentrate on. That's not that bizarre. You can't concentrate because you're talking and hanging out. And it's kind of like I can't knit lace on a live stream very easily. Because I'm concentrating. Oh, there's a light green one there on the wrong side. So just poke that straight through the back. Still working on fixing my emails. Dave was able to send a photo of my future projects. Well, that's good. That's a positive. Oops, that's through the wrong color. Let's try again. Jess McClarty, it's great to see you. Nice. Nice project. Oh, fantastic. Kathy's put on the fun zone. That is awesome. If you've got a craft project that you're working on, because not everybody here is working on craft right now, which is also quite cool. If you've got a craft project, you can go and post photos of where you're up to into the Fibrific Fun Zone so we can all ooh and ah over your efforts. Lisby says, I really don't like purling. You should learn how to knit to the left and to the right so you never have to purl ever again. There's a technique I learnt when I was first learning how to do entrelac knitting so that you didn't have to turn like every 6 stitches or whatever it was for that project. You could just knit to the left and knit to the right and it created stockinette. It's a bit different. It feels weird when you're first doing it, but you get into the hang of it. Deb, I'm being productive. I'm patting the cat. I'm sure the cat agrees with you that that is a productive endeavour. Man, that is just hot. Why is that so... Come here, evil webcam. That's better, but it's not awesome. I don't know what's going on. It's really doing my head in. Oh no, I'm at that point where I can't put my head at the back. That's so annoying. I've just got to use the force. Like, there's got to be a way. Get to it from the side. Where's that end there? Will you be doing productive YouTube in the future? I don't know. Maybe. If you guys are enjoying it, I'll certainly try. Thanks, Kathy. I appreciate that. We're just testing it out for today. It was just like, I've got to get these ends woven in on this project, and why not share that experience with everyone? It'll make me work on it, not just put it back in the naughty corner for the next 7 years. But if you guys like the productive streams, we can totally look at adding some in to the workflow. Probably not every week though, on a Saturday, because my family are out trying to be quiet. They're doing a very good job. The pets, on the other hand, didn't get the memo. SMA Sky says it's a neat idea. Yeah, look, it's not even my idea. I think I first saw a productive stream a few years ago. Hank Green one did on Hank's channel. And he was just working on, like, he was trying to get through some emails and stuff and kept getting distracted. So he just worked and played some tunes and just got through his inbox. And it was like, it's not exciting, it's not entertaining as such, but you know, there was heaps of people in there doing all sorts of things. I think I was making blinglets while I listened. Speaking of which, I should probably make some more. Susanna said, I would definitely come back to these productivity lives. I'm actually getting somewhere with these joins. Ah, I'm glad to hear that. And thank you. I would definitely keep that in mind about doing more of these. Yeah, it's a good song, isn't it? There's a lot of good ones. Like, I really like this creator mix, seriously. This is not, like, what I've made here was just a sample playlist. I was kind of hoping to try and get a couple of hours worth in there, but I don't think I did. I definitely need to add some more. So if you guys have got any suggestions, like if you just want it to be the mellow stuff, I can pull out some of the more rocky stuff. But I like the rocky stuff as like a change of pace, if that makes sense. But let me know what you like. But we do have to keep it to copyright free music, and I prefer creator mix. So if you've got a creator mix track that you love and you want me to add to our playlist for these streams, then I will do that. I'm keeping some of the longer black tails aside in a separate rubbish pile, just because I may need them. You know, like if there's a middle section that's too loose or baggy, which you can't really see, but if there's a middle section that's really, I'll come in with some and weave in some ends around it, or just try and pull it together and jimmy it. We will jimmy this shaping. We will make it sit how we want it to sit. Hopefully there won't be too much of that though. Okay, where I'm up to. Those ones. I just realised how I can get to the back side of this. At the moment, I've got it folded over on the table. If I just lift it up and let it drop onto my lap, I should be able to get to it easier. Should being the operative word. There we go. Let's. Oh, where did the needle go? There it is. Phew. I like to have my hand behind it so I can feel if the needle comes all the way through the other side, because that'll mean you can see whatever stitches you're doing. But if you have your fingers just behind it, you can feel if that's come all the way through. And then you can pull back before you've committed to the stitch, if that makes sense. Oh, poor Kathy's stuff is not working. Holly's enjoying the productivity lab. That's awesome. Dishes are done. Fresh coffee made. Now I can sit back on the couch with my knitting. Yay! Esme says I use 6 or 7 different copyright-free artists for my streams. Kevin Buckley is a good one. I used to use Zenbuster from Roberto. And yeah, Zenbuster. I forgot about Zenbuster. I've got Stream Beats as well from Harris Heller. Like, that's another good one. There's a few, but I'm digging the creator mix, I have to say. Rebecca is in the house. Hello, Rebecca. You are building your new inkle loom. That is awesome. Cross our fingers that it all goes to plan. Should do. The instructions are normally pretty good depending on who you bought it from. putting coffee back on. Awesome. Oh, Rebecca says I don't give enough a lot of information. Oh, that's a shame. Maybe there's a YouTube video, Rebecca, that someone's put one together step by step so you can follow that. It's one of the amazing things about YouTube. I think the most weird thing that I've learned how to do from a YouTube video is how to replace the little wheels, the little slider wheels of my security doors. I think that's the weirdest thing I've learned from YouTube. Hey, Freaky, great to see you. Sally, there are no words. could be. I don't know. They'd have to be very careful using... Maybe it had like the same feel to one of the songs that you know. I think music has DNA, and sometimes you just know who it is. Which way am I going here? Oh, blue. Okay. I'm like, hang on, that green one's already been done. Yeah. Alright. This has actually been really productive. The tunes and the occasional chat allow me to concentrate on my video editing more than watching TV or a movie usually do. That's great. Are you stopping at 2 hours or until you finish? I'm just wondering if I should... Oh, look, I'm going to keep going. I was just looking at the time. It's 11:45. I'm going to keep going. I don't know how long for, honestly. Probably, I might need to just stand up and stretch at some stage. Like just not actually properly stretch, but just stand up and move. But yeah, I'm going to keep going for a bit longer yet. I'm in the groove. And sometimes when you're in the groove of something, you just need to keep going. Because you don't know when you'll be back in that same groove again. So I'm happy to keep going. So if you want, Kathy, you can go behind. I don't think it'll be 6 hours, Freaky, but we all know I've done that before. Oh yeah, so there's a couple of heavier tracks in there, but yeah, only a few. Mostly it's pretty chill. But they do, like, they've got, like, Creator Mix has got their music set up as, like, albums. And they've got, like, you know, a Stomp album and a Fury album. But most of it's a lot of this sort of chill, lo-fi, sort of mellow stuff, which I really like. I didn't think I'd get into it, because I was sort of listening to it because I wanted to use some in a video and it's copyright free. And it supports somebody that I like it supports people I like and who do a lot for YouTube, so why wouldn't you use it? But yeah, I did just randomly add in a pile of tracks, so maybe I'll go through and pull out some of the heavier stuff, although, you know, it gets the heart pumping a bit, doesn't it? Oh, I grabbed the wrong scissors. Where are the purple ones gone? There they are. Okay, next. Enjoy, Sal. We'll be here when you get back. Knit Spin Girl says she's really enjoying it. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear it, Knit Spin Girl. Hey Sarah, good to see you. My kitty's decided she needs a human seat. Not sure how well I can craft with her on my lap. Oh my goodness. Pets are hilarious, right? Why have I got 4 ends here? I must have to join right on towards the end of a row or something. That's annoying. Alright, let's move some of these tails away from that one spot so I don't have a big section of joins all together. Oh, you just got to the tricky bit as well. That's frustrating. Good call, Susanna. Good call. got you on the big screen. Uh-oh. Oh no, Bobby ran out. Sounds like you're ready for the next. Told you we'd still be here, Sal. How's everybody going? Are you still getting heaps done? Back onto lace knitting, my happy space using real wool. Yes, lace knitting. I haven't done any in ages. I really should find a project after I've finished off some of the ones that I'm currently working on. But a nice beaded lace project. I'll have to dig through my Boo Knits patterns and see which one I haven't made. I'm sure I've got one or two there that I haven't made. Bye Deb, have an awesome weekend. This project was originally started in 2016. According to my Ravelry notes, which are very sparse, I started in August 2016. I don't have any other notes. I think it's just like one note. And I had in the box with the pattern, I had like all of the, I printed out all of the worksheets, everything were all filled out. I was working, so it was really useful. I'd at least kept good notes. Like on paper, not so much on Ravelry. But I know that the reason it got put aside is because I made one of the triangles that are supposed to go in between all these motifs, and it was just cumbersome. And like each triangle had 3 colors as well, and so that was going to mean all those extra ends as well. And I was just like, you know what? That's going in the naughty corner. And then it stayed there. It just stayed. The box just kept being shoved around in all the different iterations of the craft room and the workshops and everything just kept getting shoved around and moved around. So this poor cardboard box is not in great condition either. FYI, I don't recommend keeping your projects in cardboard, just so you know. A nice watertight crate would have been smarter. But yeah, anyway, we live and learn. And I've been working on all these blankets over the last sort of few weeks. I've been making a blanket a week for the last couple of weeks, just 2 of them. And I was like, well, I've got this blanket here with all these pieces. I wonder where that's at. So I dug it out and worked out how many pieces I had left over and added in a few extra hexes and worked out how to make it just as a hexie without all the other stuff. And here we are, weaving in the ends. It's going to be quite, like, originally the plan was to make it a queen size blanket. So now it's going to be more of a single size because I'm not filling it out with 56 triangles. Er. Yeah. Oops, lost my little end. Get back in there. What's the oldest project you've resurrected that's one of yours? Alright, so that's 2 rows down, except for, you know, all the weave-in ends from the black joins that are on the other side, which I'll go back and get. But for today, we're focusing on the colours. So that's 8 squares done. So that's 2 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4 rows to go. I don't think we're going to get them all done today, peeps, but we're going to give it a red hot go. Well, maybe another row. Or maybe, you know, another square. You know, we'll judge it. We'll judge it. I'm sure that Freaky would be happy for us just to keep going forever and ever ad infinitum. Alright, that was just a stray. I really do like having my hand under. Every time I try and do it without it, it just feels wrong. I had to double cut with that one. I think it's time to try out the suggestion of trying to chop up alfoil with my scissors just to give them a little sharpen. Or they're going to the scissor heaven, aka the bin. Got a couple of little black ones over here to weave in. Okay, next. Yep, still going. Okay, onto the pink middle. Oops, I made a grave judgment error. I pulled too tight. There you go. Oops, sorry. I think we might call it quits at the end of this one. Still got a couple more ends to go, but we'll end it off at the end of this motif, I think. And get this black one. Is that the last one actually in the square? It is square. It's a hexagon. They look nothing like squares. You know, unless you stacked a pile of squares on top of each other at an angle. And then looked at the shadow that it cast. It's about the only way. Done. Alright, I'm going to put my little chibi in its little spots so I don't lose it, because that happens. Much harder to lose this than the needle by itself. I wanted to say a massive thank you to everybody who hung out with me during this extended productivity stream. I've gotten a pile of squares. I think I've got 10. I think 10 of the motifs done, which was way more than I thought I would get done. So I really appreciate you all jumping in. I hope that you all got something done as well. And let me know, you know, in the live chat here or in the comments below if you're watching the replay, if you liked the productivity stream, if it's something you would like to see more often, and you know, we can look at doing some more of them. How close are you to being done? So that was 10 out of 24. I want to say 24, I think. Might be 20. But so that was 2 whole rows, 2.5 rows out of 7, 6. Hang on. So we're on row 3. There's row 4. There's row 5. And there's row 6. So 2.5 out of 6 we got done. So we're nearly halfway there. Nearly halfway there. Let me have a look here. Design wanted me to do some binding off on a decreased lace row, so I worked it as normal and we'll do the binding off on this row. So almost got there. Well, that's good. Susanna says, really enjoyed this. Hopefully you will do it again. I hope so as well. I didn't need to unpick. I have 2 bags finished. If I didn't need to unpick, I'd have 2 bags finished. I understand. Yeah, I really enjoyed this too. That's awesome. Nearly halfway. Yeah. I think it's nearly halfway. Like if we had gotten 2 more done, it would have been halfway. So, but I need to get moving, and my family have been really, really amazing and awesome to make it so that we could do this live stream on a Saturday, but I do have to let them have the house back. So, you know, they've been amazing as well. So thank you so much. I will be posting photos in the Fun Zone and on Instagram as to, you know, when it's done. So keep an eye out. My goal is to get it finished this weekend. And hopefully even washed and dried. Wouldn't that be amazing? Anyway, I'm definitely throwing it in the dryer. It will not dry on the clothesline at the moment because it's winter. So have an awesome weekend. I will see some of you around the traps. Tonight we've got all the Nick Nimmin live stream happening over on his channel. So he's one of the creators of Creator Mix. So, so if you are learning things about YouTube, that would be a good place to go. So that will start 9 a.m. Eastern, which is like 11 Brisbane time tonight. So yeah. Sally says, I started working on a headband, but my own design. So it was a great start. Loved this, would like more. That's awesome. SMA Sky fell asleep, so now it's time to get back to sleep. Good night, SMA Sky. Please post what you got up to in the Fun Zone, everyone. Oh, absolutely, please. There's a post with this thumbnail, and if you were working on craft, please go and post photos of what you got up to. Even if you didn't get finished, just show us what you were working on. Leanne says, made it to say, well done everyone on your productivity this morning. see you next time. Yeah, I think it's great. I had so much fun. Kathy got 2 rows done. Excellent, Kathy. So you got those extra rows in that you wanted to get in. So that's so cool. Alrighty, y'all. I will catch you all for Thursday's live stream as per usual. And we'll food for thoughting as to when the next one of these will be. Have an awesome weekend, and I'll catch you all later. Bye now.